How many takes? Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Why is that banging? As soon as I click record. Honest to God. Back to my channel. So I've recently gone through all of my colouring books. Now I try to do this every 2 to 3 months just to move things around, and I do the same with all of my supplies. I say to move everything from the back to the front so you're not forgetting what you've actually got. Now I was quite surprised how many books that I've got here that I've not touched, and I'll go through the reasons. Honestly, I press record and someone starts banging outside. I'll go through the reasons why I've not coloured in them, why I've kept hold of them, because some books I have already given away to family members, and same with the supplies, and I need to go through them actually again soon. So let's just jump right in and get started. So these books are not going to be in any particular order, it's just where I pulled them out from the different bookshelves. You might have seen in the background, I don't know if you could see, I've not edited that part of the video yet, but I have got a little bookshelf behind me as well now. But just quickly mention this because I've not coloured in it yet. I did explain the reasons in the intro, but I'm really looking forward to starting a page in this. So that's the Hannah Calzon one. Now, there is a story behind this because I do have 2 copies. I ordered this off Amazon, but it was second hand, like new apparently. And it came with 2 pages missing. So I messaged the seller on Amazon and then they said, right, fine, we'll send you another copy. It weren't just that. The edges were damaged. I understand that it said used, but it said used like new. So they sent me another copy out and I have got a whip in that. And that copy was exactly the same. It had 2 of the front pages missing at the front. One of the best pages was at the front. And it was even more damaged on the corners, even here, you see. So that's the reason that I've got this second copy of this. And this is the, and it's Anamorphia, yeah, by Kirby Roseanne's. So yeah, it is a poster boot, this. And it's just unfortunate that that happened. It's just one of them things, sometimes it does happen. So we've got a Jurassic World. Now the reason that I purchased this, I am dinosaur mad, and I wanted the original Jurassic Park book, and it wasn't available on Amazon at the time. It is now, but I'm not going to purchase that book purely because I have not reached for this one. My idea was alcohol markers, same with the next book, alcohol markers, and then just go over the top with a bit of pencil for shading. And I've just not picked a page from it yet. There is some really cool action shots of some of the dinosaurs, and I've not picked it up. They are quite detailed, some of these, and some of the finished pages that I've seen are absolutely amazing. I keep going to say the name of the dinosaurs, but as if I was playing one of my computer games, because it doesn't call them the proper names in some instances. But that is the only reason that I've not coloured in this book. But I'm definitely keeping hold of this one because it's dinosaurs. I haven't got many dinosaur books. I still haven't started a page in the Nickelodeon one. The reason that I bought this was nostalgia reasons. I watched all of these cartoons when I was a kid and adored them, so that was the main reason. And I think, to be honest, I'm a little bit intimidated with getting the colours wrong. I know I could Google the colours, but still, it might not look completely spot on. Rugrats. I call my daughter sometimes Angelica when she had the long hair. So that's the reason that I've not coloured in that, but I won't be getting rid of that. I have got 2 family members that are into art, so I have passed books on to them. There was a Harry Potter PDF one that I printed off, made a front cover, binded together, and I've given that to my niece because she's Harry Potter mad. But this is a Christmas one that I got from a store in the UK called B&M. It's just like it sells anything and everything, and it's just a cheaper store. And I saw this on Debbie's channel from Debbie Loves to Colour, and she said that the paper was brilliant in it, and I've just not coloured it. I really haven't. So this one might be put in a giveaway maybe around November time, just in time for Christmas. So I shall keep that to one side. It is a nice book, it's just not my sort of thing. The paper seemed really nice in it, but you can only really tell with the paper once you've started colouring or putting any sort of mediums on it. I've learnt that now. So, a Zen Doodles Colouring presents the Furries in Dreamland. I do own the Groms in the Neighbourhood, I've coloured in that. And then what was the other one called? I won't be able to see here. Oh, Mermaids one, and I have coloured in that quite a few times. But this one, I've just not reached for it. I am going to keep hold of this one because it's part of the collection. I don't want to have a missing book. So I will keep hold of this. I don't think I've coloured in it because my idea was to colour in these with markers and then pencil over the top. But because there is some really, really fine detail, I would really struggle with alcohol markers bleeding. Not necessarily bleeding through the back of the page because they are single-sided, but bleeding out of the lines. Now, Mythographic. I have got 4 or 5 in this series, and I have to be honest, they're not my favourites. I do like some of the images, but they're so intricate, so I have to be really in the mood to pick some of these pages. I've coloured some in the other 2, or is it 3? I'm just turning round. I think it's 2. No, there's another 4. There is 4 on that bookshelf, so I've got 6 altogether, and I have coloured in them 4. So it is really, I have to be in the mood. And they remind me, these, of Kirby Roseanne books, but a lot more intricate. So let's say that I was just sat on the couch and I wasn't really watching much on TV, it was background noise. I would probably sit there and colour one of these, because I can't really do my nice backgrounds as well. In some of them I could, I suppose, but they're just so intricate, and I'm not buying the last 2 I think that have come out until I colour in them more. So the next one is the Frozen Fantasies and Fantasies. Is it Fantasies? Yep. And I got this one because I love the colder seasons. So I thought, yes, I'll definitely colour in this. And there is some cracking pictures in here. And I've just not sat down and picked a page. So it's silly. It's silly. I am stopping myself, honestly, I am stopping myself from buying anything and everything to do with colouring, adult colouring, colouring books. I just, at the start, I don't know if anybody else feels like this, when you first get into this hobby, you want everything, and you see somebody on YouTube, because I was watching YouTube a long time before I actually sat down and did a video on myself. But if that person was trying it and they said it was brilliant, then I wanted to try it, and then I bought it, and then sometimes it didn't work for me the same way as it worked for somebody else. And then I'm stuck with that item because I've gone past the time of returning it, or I've used it. So that's why I'm glad that I have got family members, and I've got charity shops around me as well that I could pop to and take some of these things to. But I am being a lot more careful now with what I buy, and thinking twice and thinking, will I actually use that? So this is a Christmas Darlings Kelly Harton. Now I am glad that I have got this one because I've not got loads and loads and loads of Christmas boots. Now that sort of style of the Christmas boot really isn't me, But these ones with the portraits with the ladies in and the scenes, I can see myself colouring. So I'm going to keep hold of this one for a little bit longer. Maybe until Christmas is actually over, and see if I colour in it. And if I don't this Christmas, then it's time to pass it on. We've got Grim Fairy Tales. Is it Grim Fairy Tales? Yes. And I purely bought this for a flip through on YouTube. But there's some really, really sexy pictures in here. And what I'd give to have these ladies' bodies. But I've not picked it up to colour in it. There's no real reason. Some of them are quite sketchy and grayscale, but there is, like that one's themed on Wizard of Oz. That's quite cool, that one actually. And I've not tested the paper of this. Let me just check and see if I can see. That last one I think was Amazon printed. It's this one. I've got a funny feeling it is. But it usually has a thing at the back, doesn't it, on that last page. So maybe it's not. Yeah, maybe it's not. So yeah, again, if I've still got this in 6 to 12 months time and I've not coloured in it, it is going to get passed on or donated. This one I'm definitely a bazillion % not getting rid of. I love Lion King. Lion King is my favourite Disney movie and has been since I was little, since I first saw it, even though Mufasa dies. The reason, again, I've not coloured in this is the same as the Nickelodeon one. I don't want to spoil it. I'm sat here saying, don't be scared, it's only a colouring book. But this one, because of how much I do love Disney, I really don't want to spoil it, and I love looking at the pictures. I remember as a child having a Lion King colouring book like this. It wasn't as good as this one, but yeah, it holds a place in my heart, this book. I love it. Maybe if I said that I'll do it on a stream or I'll video it, I'll have more confidence to do it. But there's some cracking little pictures in here. They're so adorable, so cute. So I think I got this from Amazon France. I think it was. It's a lovely little book, that one. Definitely not parting with that. So this next one, the Alice in Wonderland by, is it Fabiana Attiano? I bought this because I saw in the I don't subscribe to the Colour in Heaven subscription, purely because I am not going to colour in every single one of their magazines. I have done a Colour in Heaven collection. I'll link it somewhere around here, or I'll pop it in the description, but I've not included any of the Colour in Heaven magazines because I included them all in that, and I've not coloured in any of them since, I don't think. Maybe one actually. So this was featured in the Colour in Heaven, one of the magazines, and I thought, instead of buying the magazine in the supermarket, why don't I just pay an extra, I think it was £1 or £2, and buy the actual book. And it is a lovely book, and it comes, you can flip this bit out and there's a massive poster. I mean, it's massive. It was the size of my rug when I had the little bit of a smaller rug. My rug now is pretty big. But yeah, I don't see myself colouring that poster. Lovely pictures. But do I see myself colouring it? Maybe some of them, if there's a tag going round, like an Alice in Wonderland tag, I possibly might colour in it then. But that's, again, the only reason that I bought it is so I didn't buy the Colour in Heaven one. A little bit of a change in light. I've just turned my box lamp on. I'm sat here with a huge lamp at the side of me and I've not switched it on because I switched it off when I did that intro. Silly me. I mean, it's huge. How can I miss it? It's we're up to Face Carousel. I can't pronounce her last name. I do apologise. But I have got a hardback book and I really like that one. The paper in that is lovely. And I think that the main reason of this is the paper that puts me off. So again, I've stopped buying the Amazon printed paper. I think the last one that I bought was probably one of these next two that are coming up. But lovely images. And I could probably scan these into my phone or onto my printer and print them out, but the quality is never as good. I always find that. So I'm always better off buying a PDF and printing it out myself. And it's took me 2 years to learn that now. 2 years. So this one again, I purely bought for YouTube purposes, for doing a flip through. I do like the images. I really do like the images in this one. But I've just got an issue with the paper. But if I can scan them in and print them off, maybe that would be better. We shall see. So I think it was either this one or it was this one that I last purchased, like the Amazon printed paper. Always the way I press record and now my mum's ringing me. I'll have to ring her back. This is Christine Karen, the Fairy and Fantasy number 3, the grayscale one. I love all her PDFs, I really do. But again, my issue is if I scan these, I have tried to scan one of them before and printed it out, and it's just, is grainy the right word? They're not as put together and crisp as the PDFs. So I'll just be sticking to the PDFs in the future. Again, these boots, if I've not coloured in them in 6 to 12 months, they're going to be passed on. They're just taking room up. As much as I say I'm a boot collector and I do collect boots, they're just taking room up. Inklings number 2, I didn't do a flip through of this, I just wanted the book, but it's not my style. I don't like the sketchiness of this. There is some nice images, I like that one, but the ones that are really sketchy, I'm not that keen on. Like that, even though it's got a dragon in it, it's just not my thing. And like I said, it's took me 2 years to learn my lesson and stop buying every single book and every single supply, because there's only so much we can go through and only so much we can colour. So we've got Misfits. I have got a lot of Misfits, I think 8 or 9 I counted, and I've only got 1 that I've not coloured in, so I don't think that's too bad, again considering it's this paper that I'm not too keen on. But I probably won't get rid of this one purely because it is part of that collection. I've never noticed that. Have they all got, it's just the front ones, isn't it? You see that I've got this print on. I wonder why that is. Did they purposely do that? And they must have done, because it's on the front. So yeah, I won't be getting rid of that one because it's part of the collection. We've got an Intricate Ink. Now I do own 4 of these, and I've just got the one that I've not coloured in, which I think is alright. And this is the first one, and this is the thickest one of all of them. So I do need to pick a page out of this and get started. Some lovely images. But I think I get intimidated with these because the pictures are beautiful already. They don't actually need colour. And I can't be bothered with sitting here either printing a reference out. I can't be bothered with that. And if I have to sit here with my phone on constantly to look at the references, I just get annoyed by it, I'll be honest. And the very last 2, which considering I've not counted my boots and I don't count them, but I'm definitely over 150, if not more, and PDFs and whatnot. And again, I've not gone through my PDF boots to say what I've not coloured because the files are just a nightmare to go through. Maybe that's a reason that I've not coloured in them, so maybe I need to sort them. So these 2 by Maria Trolley, beautiful quality books. I don't know why I've not coloured in these. It's annoying myself because there's some beautiful pages, especially coming up to autumn. Some of these with the plants would be beautiful coloured. So I haven't actually got a reason why I haven't coloured in these, but again, I won't get rid of these because they are part of the collection. I've coloured in the other ones, and then I bought this one because it was missing from my collection and not coloured in it. But I do like, are they different publishers? Just let me just check. Yes, so they are different publishers. I do like this one better, the quality, than this one. But that is all of my colouring boots, and I don't think that is too bad. Like I said, I do colour every single day. I mean, it's very rare, unless I'm diamond painting, which I go through phases of sitting here and diamond painting for weeks, and then I don't touch it for months and months. But most of the time in the evenings, and now I've got a little bit more free time in the day, I will be sat here colouring in one of my colouring books. So I don't think it's too bad. I don't think it's too bad. How many have we got? Let's just check for sanity reasons. I'm not going to include the Hannah Calzone one or the Anamorphia, because the Anamorphia was a double and I didn't buy double. That was just what I was sent, and the Hannah Calzone one is brand new, so I'm not counting them. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 colouring boots that I've not coloured in. I'm actually happy with that number. I mean, it could be less, it could be less, it could be a lot less, but I'm quite happy with that. But if you did enjoy the video, please do give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new and join. I'm hoping to pop a video up 2 or 3 times a week, depending, we shall see. So if you did enjoy, please do subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, bye.